see if I can turn it. I was looking for the. Oh, it's probably on the other side. Yes, I do see the slide. Not getting on that. No, sir.
No, I ain't getting on that either. I don't want to fall. That's the water. I gotta see how deep it is right there. It don't look that deep.
No, it don't. But not getting on that. It's nice in here though. I'm mad that freaking valet is $50 a day. Like what? Oh, I think, is that Universal over there? This is my city. This is my city. Ooh. Ooh. I'm about to put my clothes on. I don't know if I want to get in the water, if I want to go find some drinks, or if I want to eat, or what I want to do. What you thinking, boss man?
Go find my smoke area. The road is blunt and go find my smoke area. Then go to the bar.
You can take the nigga out the hood, but you can't take the hood out the nigga. I don't know. Unless you go park it over there.
Huh?
Unless you go park over there across the way.
Yeah, but he already got the car. I ain't trying to. They just got the car. You think I want to call the car back already?
I don't know, cause it's people here. Well,
I know, but that's why I'm gonna find me a little cut.
well, he said there's a balcony on each end.
Yeah, but I ain't trying to smoke on the balcony. Shit gonna be too hot. If it's only one balcony, you know how hot that gonna be.
No, it's a balcony like on each level.
Yeah, but that's still that's hot though.
I'm pretty sure these folks smoke.
White people, man, they gonna call police and call the front desk.
My tax money is on the way. Cause they sent me an email and it said on the 29th. Freaking idiots.
After they send you an email, how long it be taking?
It tell you when it's depositing. It's depositing on the 29th.
Oh, that's tomorrow.
No, it's not actually.
No, it's like Wednesday. It's Wednesday.
Exactly. He's so cute. Oh, you're already chilling. I guess I did not know the beach was. Hold on, I gotta get away from this music. I did not know Daytona was an hour and 26 minutes away. I'm a little sad about that. But I guess we can just go to Universal Studios tomorrow. Go down to the bar and stuff. Today, go to the little resort thingy and play in the water. Oh, I really wanted to go to the beach. But it's alright. I'm about to get dressed out. I'm about to put something on. And go to this little pool and find a bar. Oh, see, I wish I had kept one. It's okay though. Is this it? Nope. What you call this? Oh, I can't see myself. Oh, there you go. What you call this where we at? Like beach club. I'm gonna get a chicken wing. And I was gonna do a frozen margarita. Pina colada. You hit my shoulder so hard, let me know the food is and drag. Mine, I'm babysitting mine. Okay, y'all. I'm probably. Oh, y'all can't see me. I'm probably about to make a complete idiot out of myself, but who cares? Put this right here. Oh, and it's so dark. Okay, try. Let me try. What is it? Black? Black? Is this for black?
You gotta look at it. Oh, yeah.
Let me turn the light down. Jesus. It's 10:23, and we are going to drum roll, babe. Do a drum roll on your belly or something. Universal. Universal. Haven't even made it through the park yet. We got old people. They gotta pee, you eat, need water.
Waiting on y'all.
No, you don't. No, you don't. We're missing it. And we're behind schedule. It's 1:49. We're supposed to be here at 12. Not in my video. It's so hot. Yeah, I forgot to come back on this camera and close out this vlog. I don't even know where the freak I left off. I'm trying to think. Obviously, I'm back at home. We got back at home. Today is actually Tuesday. We got back at home yesterday at like noon. We left like 6 in the morning. And yeah, but I don't even know where the freak to start. I don't know. Let's just run through the whole trip. And let's just close this vlog out. So we got there Friday. So we did not leave at 4 in the morning. I was cleaning up the house, trying to pack everything, wash clothes, do all of that. So actually we didn't go to bed till almost 2 o'clock. So we actually got on the road at about 7. So that means we got to Orlando about like 1-ish. I drove all the way there because I have terrible anxiety. I hate when people drive. And yeah, so I drove all the way there and I drove back home. Had to. Okay, so we got there. The resort was really nice. We had a pool bar area. It had like 3 different restaurants in there. What the heck was that? It had, oh, my video is, oh, I need to fix it. The hotel was nice. Basically, it was super nice. So we got there Friday. We were supposed to go to the beach, but Daytona was, I did not know that Daytona was like an hour. It was an hour away. But we were supposed to go the day we got there. And I was just kind of like, I can't sit in the car no more. So when we seen the pool and the resort thingy, like, it was just kind of like, okay, cool, we'll just stay here. We'll go to the beach another time. Cool. So that was Friday. We went to eat. It was just chill because I had just drove. We had just been in the car for 6 hours. So yeah, that was Friday. Saturday, we went to Universal Studios. Yeah, I have not been to Universal Studios in God knows how long. Literally, it's been a long time. So it looked completely different. It's actually multiple parks, and we actually paid for the wrong parts, like the wrong park. We went to the one that have the 3D rides and all that, like the 40X and all that. We really wanted to go to the roller coaster. So the ticket that we bought, it was like this or this, not two parks in one. So I'm remembering as a kid, like, okay, I want to go to Universal. That's what everything is, when it's actually Adventure Island that has the roller coasters and all that stuff like that. So, but overall, it was still fun. But you know, now we know next time. And it wasn't that bad. Like, tickets was like probably 160, 180 after taxes. It wasn't that bad. So we did that. Okay, so now what I'm trying to say. So mind you, while we are down there, because my grandpa's birthday is Sunday, right? So Saturday, I call him, and he did not answer the phone. His wife answered the phone, and he was in the hospital because he had a surgery or whatever, a minor surgery, not nothing too crazy. Well, it could have been crazy, but it turned out well. I'm trying to remember because so much happened that I'm not really trying to say because I want to keep the peace, but so much happened. So yeah, so I had a conversation with her. Baby, we just gonna leave it there. So it was scheduled for us to meet him at the hospital on Sunday. Okay, so I'm like, all right, I'm gonna continue with my trip. We at Universal. I'm not gonna let that get to me. Whatever. Cool. I think if we go home. I think we just go home. Do we go to the pool? I don't know, cause Universal wore us out. I feel like we went. I don't know if we went to the pool that night. And I don't even remember. It's a blur now. Okay, cool. So Sunday. Okay, so Sunday we had already arranged for my sister and my nephew and her man. We was all gonna go and visit my grandpa. So they get to Orlando because they're like 2 hours out. Cool. They get to Orlando. We go to the hospital. Yeah, while my grandpa is not at the hospital. No, not at the hospital. No. Actually, from the front desk, what do you call it, receptionist, whatever you call them, she said he was discharged 2 hours ago. Right. Okay. So annoyed because if y'all remember in the last video when I went down there, it was a hiccup like meeting him. So now here we are again. It's another hiccup, but this time I cannot be fake. I have to be real. This time it felt really like it just was disturbing basically, because on Saturday I had a whole conversation with his wife, and just kind of like, let me just stop and start. So on Saturday when I called, and I always, you know, when I hear the phone is picked up, I'm always like, hey grandpa, and then we start talking. Our phone calls is never long on a regular, but we did have conversation prior to that. I was coming down to Orlando to see him for his birthday. I had just talked to him like a week ago. reminding him that I was coming down. And every time we talked since then, I will always remind him like, hey, don't forget I'm coming down there, this, you know, whatever. So cool. So Saturday, and granted, I'm gonna give grace where grace is due, but I'm also call BS where it's BS. So Saturday I call and he does not pick up the phone. His wife picked up the phone, and what annoyed me was how she answered the phone and just the delivery after that. So I picked up, you know, whatever, like, hey grandpa. She say this is not him. So I'm like, okay, well, who is this? Because mind you, in my head I'm like, okay, I think I know who this is, but okay, well, who is this? Is this okay? Who am I talking to? Because I feel like, okay, that's kind of rude. You kind of say, hey, you know, this isn't him. This is woo woo. So when that was said, I'm like, okay, well, who is this? So she was like, oh, this is his wife. Da da da. So I'm like, okay, where's grandpa? Like, you know. And she's like, oh, he's in the hospital, he had surgery. And I'm like, okay, now I'm concerned, because when we did talk prior to, he had surgery before. So it's like, okay, he's getting surgery again. Okay, that's kind of strange. So like in a normal person, you ask what happened, right? So when I am like, oh, okay, like I just talked to him last week. I was telling him that I was coming down here. Now her first response to that was, I can't remember verbatim, but it was on the lines of like, when was that conversation? Obviously because she knew nothing about it. Okay. So I then asked, like, you know, I'm telling her like, I just spoke with him like last week. Like, I have been talking to him. That has been a thing that I was coming down here. So I'm like, is he okay? What happened? Why does he get surgery? Is everything all right? Now, mind you, from my perspective, and I understand she doesn't know this, but that is triggering for me and my sister, because my dad would go into the hospital. For him, his perspective, he didn't want us to worry or nothing. So literally, y'all, he would go to the hospital, get checked out, do whatever, and then tell us about it after the fact. So it just felt like a repeat of stuff that agitated us in the past. So when I asked, like, okay, what happened, she's saying, she says, I'm gonna let him tell you. So I'm like, okay, that's alarming, but okay. So I say, can he talk? Is he able to talk? And she kind of, on the phone, she sound frazzled, which, cool, I'm gonna give you grace for that. I understand you're in the hospital. It's a lot. This is unexpected. It wasn't, you know, it's his birthday weekend. I get that. Cool. It was just the conversation went like, almost like, bitch, why are you calling? That's how I felt. So she put me on mute or hold or whatever, and I'm probably on hold. Mind you, I'm at Universal in the line. So she put me on hold probably like 5 minutes. So when she come back, I hear beeping. So now I'm like on edge. I'm like, okay, so she's not making any sense. It sounds like she's rambling. So instead of saying like, hey, you know, he's in the hospital right now, it's a lot going on, can I give you a call back? It was just like, hold on. And I don't know, I just felt like it took her too long to just be like, okay, it's a lot going on right now, let me just call you back. It kind of felt like, I don't want you to talk to him. That's how I feel. Even though that's my perspective, that probably wasn't what was going on, but based on how the conversation went, that's how it felt. So what happened, I hear beeping and she talking, and I'm like, okay, I can't hear you. And she's like, he's at this hospital, and I can't hear her. So I'm like, can you say it again? And she's like, he's at, you know, whatever. So I'm like, okay, girl, like, so she's like, I'm gonna have to call you back. And granted, it was probably rude to me, but I was just annoyed. Like, I just feel like every time it's time for me to see him, it's always something, but it's not him, it's you. So she's like, okay, I'm quite bad. Okay, cool. I'm annoyed, definitely annoyed, but I'm like, you know what, let me just try to, yeah. So probably like 20 minutes later, she called me back, and she's like, okay, he's not able to get out of the hospital. You know, we wanted him to be out for his birthday, and all this is unexpected, and you know, whatever. And I'm like, okay, cool. So she's like, whenever you want to come, whenever y'all want to come, just come. So I'm like, okay, what do you need us to call? What do you need us to do? And she like, no, you know, we'll be here, just come. Cool, cool, I'm okay with it. And that day I'm like, okay, I'll, you know, it's a lot going on, I'm gonna let that go. It's not that deep. Girl, Sunday come. Now my sister has not met my grandfather since she was a kid, so this is my second time meeting him. This is her first time meeting him, like as an adult. And as a kid, like young, like I'm gonna say like 8. So Sunday, so they're coming 2 hours out from Orlando, so we're waiting on my sister's man to get off work, and then they drive up there. So we probably get to the hospital about 4ish. And what was crazy, so I had called his phone first. I called his phone twice, no answer. And I believe I called it when I got there or before I got there, something along that. I called, and the only reason I called his phone is because when we were speaking on Saturday, she was talking to me, she was calling me back from his phone. That's the only reason. So when the phone, when you didn't answer the phone, I called her phone, she didn't answer. Okay, so you know, we finally get to the hospital. I'm telling my sister like, yeah, I called, nobody answered, but this is where they say they are, let's just go up here and see them. So we had to make a long walk around the daggone hospital. It's hot, mind you, we in Florida, so it's hot. We got the baby, we just, you know. So we finally get in there, we get inside, we go to the front. You know, when you at the hospital, you have to get them your ID, tell them, you know, who you're here to see, whatever, right? So I'm like, hey, you know, my name is da-da-da, I'm here to see da-da-da. Mind you, me and my granny have the same last name. So she's like, okay, let me just get your ID, get everybody's ID and stuff, right? So she typing in the name, she like, what's the last name? Okay, cool. She typing in the name, and I seen her head. Now it looked like we probably around the same age, so I see her head do this. So I'm like, what happened? So she's like, it says that this patient was discharged 2 hours ago. So I was like, and I had my hands on the little thing, and I'm like, 2 hours ago? It's just 5 o'clock. What you mean 2 hours? So it's not funny, but all I could do is I looked at my sister's face, and it was all over her face. Like, what? Cool. So at this point, I'm laughing because I'm like, oh, this is a joke. Like, this have to be a joke. And she's annoyed. I'm annoyed, but it's like, honestly, I'm just kind of like, F it. If I have to be honest, I was definitely like, F it. Like, in my head, I'm thinking like, look, I done did my part, I done drove down here, done spent money, done did this, did that, you know, just annoyed. And I'm like, every time I come down here it's something. I know this is my second time coming down here, but it's like, every time I come down here it's something. So everybody's like, you know where he stayed? And I said, yeah, I know where he stayed. My sister's like, okay, well, let's go. And in my head, I'm like, fine, let's go. So we go. We get there. It's like 20 minutes from the hospital. We get there. The cars is in the yard. I'm gonna say the car is in the yard. I'm assume the car they drive, that's the car they drive was in the yard. So now I kind of feel away. So me and my sister, we both go to the door, and me personally, and I recorded the whole thing. I can only speak on my feelings. So I'm kind of feeling like I'm okay if this don't work, like if this relationship don't work out for us, because I'm like, I'm not in too deep. I still can back out if I need to for my own peace, my own mental, and it just is what it is. I'm okay with knowing that I tried. That's just kind of how I felt Saturday with everything. But I do understand, and my sister was like, well, girl, we're going to knock on this door. We're here. I drove, you drove, like we took our time. We're going to see him regardless. So I'm like, okay. So she knock on the door, nobody's answered. She knock on the window, nobody answered. So now she like, well, I'm about to walk around the side of the house. First she like, should I walk around the side of the house? And I'm like, walk around the side of the house and knock on the windows? She like, yeah. And I was like, I don't know about that. And she like, girl, I'm finna walk around. So she literally, as she's walking in their grass to go on the side of the house, the wife come to the door. And I just have to insert that clip because I just need y'all to see that what I'm saying. And when she came to the door, I don't know, it just the vibe was just, I don't know. Hold on. Girl,
I'm about to walk around.
you gonna walk around?
Yeah.
I just don't care anymore.
You want me to walk around?
What if they got stuff in this yard? Oh. Hey.
Hey.
I can't see you.
Yeah.
Is Grandpa up?
You in the bed.
Okay, can we come
I
in?
guess I'll have to go if you need to come in.
Say what?
You can come in.
Hey. Okay, yeah, I had to hurry and run to the shop. I forgot what I was saying. Oh, I think I was at when we put up at the house, at my granddad's house. Child, listen. Listen. I'm just gonna say this without saying too much. Okay, y'all, change of scenery. I had to come to the shop, and not because I had a client, but I believe where I left off was so she came to the door as soon as my sister was walking around the house. So my thing, I'm like, hey, you know, just respectful, like, hey. And okay, let me back up. Let me describe the door. So it's two doors. You know, you can have two doors. You have your you know, your, what you call that door? Is glass or is it, I can't remember if it was glass or if it's a screen. It's probably glass. I don't know. Don't get me the line. I could hear her and she could hear me basically, but it's a drape that's over it. But it's like a 10-inch like sheer, so you can see somebody standing at the door, but you can't see who it is. So when she came to the door, I'm like, hey, and I was like, you know, so is that you? And from what I remember, I'm inserting the clip, or the clip has been inserted, so you know, whatever. So she like, yeah, or whatever she said, and it was just awkward. Like, it was just awkward. It was almost like, I feel like when we were at the door and she came to the door, it almost kind of felt like, why are you here? Just as the phone call felt like, okay, why are you in town? He didn't tell me about this. You know, whatever. Yeah, y'all can come to the, you know, y'all can come to the hospital, whatever. But now it's kind of like, okay, why y'all here? So, in the video, in the clip I'm at, I'm like, can we come in? Because I feel, and maybe this is just me, I don't know, I feel when you came to the door and you realize who was at the door, and baby, let's just call it space pay. It's cameras out. It's like 4 cameras just on the front of the house. So I feel like you already know who is at the door, and you got the little doorbell thing, so you know who at the door. But like, you come to the door and it's like we talking through your door. So I'm like, can we come in, or like, is it, you know, just trying to understand what's going on and still being respectful. So she say something, I couldn't hear her, so I was like, huh? And she was like, come in. So we came in, whatever. And she was saying that I can't remember if she was saying that she was in the bathroom because it switched. I'm not trying to call nobody a liar, but it did switch. I believe I said, you know, like, where's grandpa? Or she said, you know, he sleep or something. So like, he in the bed. And I can't remember, like, the way she came to the door, it almost kind of felt like she was asleep. But from when we came in the house and sat down, she was like, y'all have to give me a second, I was in the bathroom. So I'm like, okay, you know, whatever. But to make a aggravating story, I just kind of feel like, I just feel like it was BS, period. Because granted, we talked Saturday, and cool, he wasn't getting discharged. I'm not really worried about that. I'm more annoyed with the communication part, because you knew that I was down here. You know what I'm saying? Like, my grandpa be wanting to see us. So yeah, honestly, if I could just speak truthfully, and it just is what it is, whoever feelings get hurt, baby, they just get hurt. I don't care. Mine been hurt plenty of times. But I just kind of feel like, God forbid, and like anything ever happens about it, honestly made me think about, if you can act like this about like something so, you know, God forbid something happened, like, would you even call and tell us? Because you didn't even call and tell us about him simply being discharged out of the hospital. You could have easily said, hey, you know, it's been changed plans. He got discharged. Y'all can come by the house. I want to, you know, get him home and rest. I'm tired. I done been up. Because I can understand it. Okay, cool. We tired. Let us rest and then come by later on in the evening. Okay, cool. Cool. But it was almost like, and this was the kicker, the part that annoyed me, and I had to kind of like shut my own lips a little bit, because I'm like, all right, we came here for this. This is my sister's first time meeting him, so I don't want it to be a whole little, you know, whatever. But when we got there, we got in there, and you know, we checking on my grandpa, making sure he good, talking to him. He tell us what the problem was. Turned out it's something me and him already had a conversation about, so it's like, and it wasn't that deep. But So we're in there talking to him, and you see her going through her phone. And she's on the phone with people talking, like returning calls. And she come in. And see, this is the thing. Just like anybody else, I know BS. I could sit and play the games just like you. I could sit and play stupid. But not that time. So she like, see, I'm going through my phones. I see your call right there. You called me at 4:50. Why you call me so late? So I kind of like let her get off whatever she was saying. Like, why you call so late? You should have called earlier. We could have. And then my grandpa, but it was like we could have went to breakfast or whatever. So I was like, well, I was actually, my sister and her dude was waiting on him to get off work. He got off at 1, and then they have a 2-hour trip here. From our conversation yesterday. And I was like, we stopped at the hospital. That's why I called you. And they said that you was discharged 2 hours ago. And they both, I can't say, she's like, we literally just walked in the house. Now y'all, the clip that I inserted, you clearly see you in your bed stuff. You just woke up. He in the bed. He sleep. Whatever. Y'all have been. Them hospital people don't lie. If they say you was discharged 2 hours ago, you was discharged 2 hours ago. Period. So I'm like, so now I'm being like, no, they said you was discharged. We stopped by the hospital first. We walked all around the hospital, went to the people, and they said you was discharged 2 hours ago. No, it wasn't. No. I said, yeah, that's what she said. Well, maybe it was 2 hours. I feel like we just came in. Girl, say the BS, please. You know what I'm saying? I will respect it more if you just like, I don't know. I don't like y'all. I don't want y'all here. I would have respected it more, but and for some odd reason, since I only seen them twice, but usually sometimes we get on the phone too, it's always brought up like not what brings y'all here, but what took y'all so long to like come and like feel, whatever. And I said, because we had already had this conversation when I first met him, and I was telling him like, hey, we the kids, we don't know. Only thing we know is you wasn't around. No one talked about you. Like, it wasn't a thing to want to know who you were. As we got older and you start asking more questions like, where's so and so? Do I have a grandfather? What's his name? What he looked like? Whatever. So you weren't talked about in the history, what happened. I mean, I can understand that. So yeah, I don't know. I kind of feel two ways. I do wish that, like, as like my dad and my grandmother, my uncle, whatever, that we did go down and see him. Like, if we could have just hashed out, put the differences aside. Not my grandmother, because I can completely understand that, but just just to know who your people are. But the trouble that we have to go through every time that I done went down there, I understand why. And my dad is very like, I ain't got time for the BS. Like, either we gonna make this happen or we not. I'm not playing these little mind games. I'm not doing this. Like, you either gonna take accountability for it, or like we can just dead it while we're here. And when that conversation was coming up, like, to my sister, because I just kind of feel like she's super emotional. I'm emotional, but she's super emotional. So when that conversation was being brought up, I'm like, let's not, this not the time, this not the place. Let it go. Let it be. Like, we already know what it is. We don't know you. You don't know us. Now we here. Let's make it right now. Cool. So she was saying little slick stuff, but I'm just in. the clip will be inserted. But yeah, you know, overall I was happy to see him. I feel like we came out there, we had a plan, we turned into a little mini vacation, but we saw him, wished him happy birthday, got him a birthday card and stuff like that. He's healing up. You know, he didn't even look like he had surgery or nothing, but his spirits was high. I just don't like, it's something about like wives, and I don't know, I just don't understand like the jealousy part. I feel like if you're dating somebody and like let's use me for example, if I have, or I'm trying not to say too much, but if you're dating somebody and you have kids, right? I feel like before anything else, before y'all get married, before y'all move in, y'all do all these like serious things, I feel like it's very, 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 very important that you make sure that your person that you're bringing into your life, with your children, with your family, with all this stuff, that they're genuine, like they love your kids as if they were their own kids. Like, I just don't understand it. Grandkids, kids, whatever, they have genuine love outside of you. Like, yes, I love you and I care about you, but I care about these kids, or I care about X, Y, and Z, because the stuff that we done been through over like wives and it's just too much. It's disgusting, actually. It's just very disgusting. So but I'm just gonna remain hopeful, like, you know, and maybe when we meet up again, or maybe, you know, when I feel up to it to have that conversation with my grandfather, I will tell him, like, you know, what I don't like, or what made me uncomfortable, or what. But it's just, if only y'all knew. Yeah, a part of me feel like even if I say something, it's not gonna go anywhere. It'll just be like no accountability, deflecting, and like, oh, I'll talk to her, or, you know, whatever. And I just personally, like, I ain't got time for that, because I could tell her how I feel myself, but I don't want to make nothing awkward, or, you know, I don't want to make her feel uncomfortable, but she, you know, made me feel uncomfortable. So it's like, whatever. But overall, that was Sunday. After that, we went to Disney Springs with my sister, her man, and my nephew, my boyfriend. We ate, we walked around. It was real nice. It was cool to hang out, because me and her have not hung out. Yeah, we haven't hung out, so that was like our first time hanging out. We always on the phone, like always texting and stuff like that, but like hanging out we hadn't done. So it was good. Disney Springs was cute. And that was pretty much it. That was the night. Like, with that whole situation, it ran into like we were already gonna go to dinner, but yeah, so it was cool. Disney Springs was cool. Them meeting was, it was okay. I'll say it was okay. I wish it didn't. Yeah. And then yeah, that night we kind of packed our stuff up so we can just get up and leave out. We got up at like 4:30. Got out of there. Got on the road by like 6, and that was it. Got home like 12:30, something like that. I was eating that roll up. I wasn't playing. I don't think I would. Next time I would fly again, like I flew the last time I would fly. Driving was cool. We got to save a little money. It was a little bit cheaper, but yeah, I don't think I would drive again. But overall, that's pretty much it. I don't think it was nothing else. I'm about to leave the shop. Yeah, let me see if I have anything, any little advice. Okay, here's my advice. In certain cases, Yes, we have boundaries, but in certain situations, sometimes see things through before you prejudge like what it's gonna be. Like, I guess what I'm trying to say is like put your pride and your ego to the side. Even though it's very hard, it's easier said than done, but I feel like had not put mine to the side, I wouldn't have seen my grandfather. It would have been a waste. Well, not a waste of a trip, but the main reason of the trip wouldn't happen. So I'm glad that I kind of just swallowed my pride, put my ego to the side, and was like, okay, whatever. So yeah, that's all I got to say for that. And dang, what is the freak is my outro? I don't know, but anyways, that's it for this video. Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe, follow my Instagram. It's me, Tierra Capri, and I will catch y'all in the next video.